Today I'm going to be showing you guys some cards that I got absolutely scammed at as a kid, and this is incredible. Check this out. What's up guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing very well. Today I have a different type of video for you guys. It's not a pack opening, but this is very interesting. I have literally just found these cards that I was going through in the other room, and I've just realized that when I was a kid I got absolutely scammed. These cards are completely fake, and we are going to go through them, and some of them are ridiculous. Like, I don't even know how I managed to get scammed when I was that little. But anyway, if you do enjoy this video, do give it a thumbs up. If we can hit 100 likes on today's video, that would be amazing. If you are new, be sure to subscribe. 90% of you guys are not subscribed to this channel, so be sure to do so. Hit that sub button right now, become a part of the Charizard gang. But let's get into it. So as you can see in front of me, I have a load of cards that I found when I was a kid. We're going to go through each one by one, and I'm going to show you guys why they're fake. I'm going to show you how to realize that a card is fake if you found some cards yourself and you're trying to work out if they're fake or not. And some of them are just completely funny that you guys need to check out. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit right now. So up first we have a Drowsy. It's a first edition from Team Rocket. Now at first, this might look completely fine to you guys, and sometimes it's hard to show on camera why it's fake. But this is a Team Rocket first edition Drowsy, which is pretty rare these days, seeing as these came out like 20 years ago. But if I put this down, and if you look at this, it's very hard to see on camera, but it looks a little bit too shiny in terms of the picture compared to a normal Pokemon card. Now, I do have a normal Pokemon card, which is a modern set from Vivid Voltage. They do look very similar, as you can see. But if I switch them over, you might be able to see that the fake card is a different color to the real card. It's a little bit darker on this side. The font isn't as poppy as this one. It's quite hard to tell on this camera though, to be fair. But you can definitely see that this card is a little bit darker than this card if you look at the blue and the picture overall. And then the other way to test is that when you rip a fake card, the real card has an ink line when you rip through a card, and a fake card doesn't. So I'm going to show you this just so you guys know. When you rip a card, this is a real card by the way, as you can see there's a black line going through this rip here. You see that's an ink line. It's usually black or blue. I think it's mainly black, but you can see here as well, when you rip it you can see that line. When you rip a fake card, it doesn't have that at all. So I'm going to rip this card. As you can see, no line on any part of the rip right there. As you can see right here, I'll go back to this one so you guys can get an example. The line there, there's no line there. So that is how you can tell if a card is fake. And yeah, I've now seen enough fake cards to usually tell if a card is fake. And there are other signs as well, but we're going to go through these cards and have a look at all of them. And yeah, so here is a first edition Team Rocket Meowth. Looks very real, but I don't think it's possible to see. Just the font and the way the text looks on this card is fake. So that's a fake card. We have a Dratini first edition Team Rocket, and if you look at the back of this, it's just a completely different color. Look, if I get a real card, I've got loads to my side, it's just a completely different color. You can usually tell it's either lighter or darker, but just look at the back if you really can't tell. Sometimes the front is a little bit difficult to tell, but the back usually gives it away. And I'd say rip is the last kind of test. I wouldn't do that straight away because then you've ruined the card if it's real. But yeah, there's just sometimes there's just the back's the best way to tell. But anyway, Time Capsule up next, which if you look at the numbers, it's blurred. Like that's just so bad. We have a Darkness Energy, which is just a complete different card to a Pokemon card. Look at the border. Look at the yellow of it. It's just completely different. And then yeah, look at the back. It just doesn't look like a real Pokemon card. So I got scammed from these cards when I was a kid. And that's the problem. When I was a kid, I absolutely had no clue. Genuinely no clue. But anyway, up next we have a Pokemon that doesn't even exist. This doesn't even exist, and I fell for it, which is just ridiculous. I was just too young. And I probably thought that this was like an epic Pokemon that the person who either sold it to me or traded probably just said, these Pokemon aren't even released yet. They're coming out and they're going to be OP. So I bought them. But anyway, this is called a Burrow. And apparently it evolves from a Jigglypuff. Now, we all know that Jigglypuff evolves into Wigglytuff. So this doesn't exist. That's actually a Smeagol. Is it Smeagol? Is it Smeagol, the Pokemon? I can't remember. You're going to have to remind me. And it does an attack move of 150, which is ridiculous. And it also has a HP of 480, which makes 0 sense. So that's completely fake. Up next, we have a Donphan, which apparently it evolves from a Voltorb, which doesn't, that isn't a thing either. Voltorb evolves into Electrode. This has 560 HP, which is unheard of. I don't think any Pokemon card in the history of the TCG has a health of 560. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. It does a move of Tackle, which costs 2 energy, which does 170, which would just be so busted. And then its second move does 280 damage, which is ridiculous. Like VMAX cards, I think VMAX cards are getting close to that sort of damage, but they don't even do that. It's ridiculous. But anyway, up next we have a Togepi, which has 440 HP. Like, what the heck? 440? Is that 4? It's like, it's not even 4040. It's just like they've printed 40 twice. So it's 40 HP. It does a move of 110, which just is not a thing, right? That's just so stupid. So that's definitely fake. We then have a Marill, which is a real Pokemon. We all know Marill's real. It also is 440 it's 4004 HP, this one. And it's probably the most powerful Pokemon card of all time, which does 330 damage, which is just ridiculous. Then we have a Gligar, which has 6,210 HP, which is, I don't know what Pokemon's knocking that out, and it'll take about 50 turns. It does a move called Slash, which does 220 damage. That's completely fake. We then have an Ariados, which has 6,200 HP as well. If I competed with these in the TCG tournaments, I'd be unstoppable. I'd be the world champion. No one's beating me. No one's even going to get close to knocking this Pokemon out. And it will take me like 2 moves to knock their Pokemon out. So it does Poison Bite for 200 damage even. We then have a second edition Dark Gyarados with 680 HP. Second edition isn't even a thing. And 600 HP, Dark Gyarados doesn't have 680 HP. And it doesn't do a move of 260. I wish it did, but it doesn't. So this card is completely fake. Look at the back of it. It's just a different color. Then we have a Dark Slowbro, which actually looks pretty normal. But you can just tell from the coloring that it's fake. Like, there's the back and there's the real card. You can just tell that it's fake. But yeah, look from the front, it actually looks pretty authentic. That's the word I was looking for. Cyndaquil up next, which is probably the most powerful starter Pokemon of all time, apparently, according to this card. 5,050 HP. It does a move of 210, and then its second move, which is usually stronger than the first move, it does 104. It doesn't even do as much. So that's just completely fake, which is ridiculous. We then have probably the hardest hitting Pokemon of all time in Heracross, which does 600 damage. Yo, I'd be unbeaten. I'd literally be the best TCG player of all time. We then have a Dark Raticate, which looks pretty normal, to be fair. But then it is, you can just tell that it looks a little bit different. The color's also different. There's also a Squirtle, which does the same. Looks pretty good from the front, but the back just completely gives it away from the coloring. Wait a minute. So I actually have another Dark Gyarados. Wait, here we go. So we can compare. This is a Dark Gyarados, and then this is a Dark Gyarados, but apparently they're the same Pokemon. They're the same card. Like, what the heck? What the heck? That makes no sense at all. And they got different, like, this is originally from Team Rocket. So whoever's faked this one has actually just copied the card. So they've done a pretty good job. This person, I don't even know what they were thinking. They just got the picture and then they made it up themselves. But yeah, Dark Gyarados here. To check if it's fake, I'm going to look at the back. As you can see, completely different color. So unfortunately, that card is fake, as much as I wish it wasn't, because it's worth quite a lot. No luck for me when I was a kid. I was just picking up fake cards, apparently. We get Dark Golduck, which is the same sort of colouring as that Gyarados. This War Turtle is also fake. But from the front, to be fair, it looks pretty decent. It's just the back. The back is a completely different colour. I know my camera isn't really giving it away, but I'm sure you're able to see when I compare it to a real card. Anyway, up next, Dark Blastoise. Probably my favourite artwork of a Blastoise, or maybe second. I do love the base set one, but love this artwork. Unfortunately, it's fake. I do actually own this card, not in first edition though. But yep, fake, unfortunately, because of the colouring. Now, the next card is ridiculous. We have the secret rare Dark Raichu card, right? But this, the holo, it just completely looks fake. Let me find a holo card. Here we go. So here is a holographic, yeah? That's what it looks like. Look at the holographic on this. It actually looks like a sticker. It actually just looks like a sticker. Like, I'm willing to bet, actually. I don't know if I'm able to do it. I reckon this is a peel. I genuinely reckon this is a peel. I'm going to rip it. Yeah, look, I was right. I was absolutely right. Here we go. Look, this is a sticker. Let me try and do this properly. I'm going to be here for ages now, me trying to do this. But if I rip this... Hold on. We're getting to it. We're getting to it. This is a sticker. If I can take it off. It's actually very difficult. But you can see there, it's foil. It's just a sticker on a card. But they've absolutely glued it very well, to be fair. I'm trying to do it. But it's very difficult. But there you go, guys. You can see that it's a sticker, which is ridiculous. Unfortunately, this secret rare Raichu is a fake, and it is also a sticker on a card. So, GG. It's a fake card. Cards wouldn't rip like this. They genuinely wouldn't, but it is what it is. Get rid of that Dark Raichu over there. And then moving on to the next couple cards. These ones are hilarious as well. They're just fake Pokemon. This is a Ampharos, but it's called a Denru. And it's also apparently evolves from a Gloom, which we know Vileplume does, or Blossom, I believe it's called. This has 520 HP. It is a first edition, so it's very rare, but it also has 120 damage. It doesn't move for 120 damage, which is ridiculous. We then have a Munchuru. I don't even know what this Pokemon's meant to be, but it's got like a magnet behind it. It's got an energy doing some weird thing, and it has 460 HP. It does 2 moves of 130. Whoever faked this just got lazy and thought, you know what, can't even be bothered to change the damage of the second attack. Let me just do the same as the first one. But yeah, it's I don't know what this Pokemon's meant to be, but it is completely fake because it doesn't exist. Then up next we have probably the weirdest pronunciation of one, a Bangarasu. We'll go with that. Apparently it evolves. It's an evolution. Apparently Eevee evolves into this, which we know it doesn't. It kind of looks like a Tyranitar, but a really weird version of it. But it has 550 HP. It has a quick attack that does 160 damage. And it has a second attack of Pin Missile, which does 300 damage. This card would be OP. This card would be ridiculous. But it also looks like there's like a Sudowoodo behind it. You can see it's like branches and hands or whatever they are. But yeah, that is a funny one. Then we have a Bakufun. A Bakufun. What the hell's a Bakufun? What is that? Like, what is that? But it looks like a Typhlosion. But apparently Drowsy evolves into it. So that is weird. But anyway, it has an attack which is called Psy Punch for 220. Has 580 HP. And then its second move does 220 as well. Which takes less energy. Which makes no sense. I don't know why the second move would take less energy when it's usually the other way around. The second move uses more energy. But okay. Then up next we have a Deribado. What the heck is this Pokemon? Apparently Jigglypuff also evolves into this. I had another one that Jigglypuff evolves into. The Smeagol looking Pokemon. But yeah, we have a Deribado, 560 HP. Like, honestly, when I look at these, I'm thinking, how gullible was I as a kid? Like, genuinely, how did I have these cards thinking that these were Pokemon? Whoever scammed me, shame on you. Absolutely shame on you. But then the last card is a Yami Karasu. Like, I know Pokemon names are hard to pronounce sometimes, but this is absolutely taking the biscuit. Like, what is this? 550 HP. This is actually a what is it? A Morcro? Is that how you pronounce it? I can't remember. But yeah, this card is completely fake, and that is not the name of that Pokemon. And it's just, I don't know how gullible I was as a kid, like, genuinely. But guys, that is going to wrap up this video. Bit of a different one, and it was a lot of fun going through these fake cards. And hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you have found some of your old cards and want to know if they're fake, just compare them to new cards. They should look a little bit different. The coloring will be off. Check things for like HP and attack moves, and check if they're actually real Pokemon. And then worst case, rip it and see if it has the ink line going through it. But yeah, that is going to wrap up this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Be sure to drop a like. Can we hit 100 likes on this video? Thank you to everyone who's shown support on this channel. This community that we got going right now is absolutely growing and growing, and I'm so happy that you guys are enjoying my content, and we're getting bigger and bigger. So big thank you to you guys. If you are new, be sure to subscribe. I will see you in the next video, but until then, I'm out.